Hello there, all my teacher friends. This is Maripossa coming to you with a Target Dollar Spot haul with a focus on back to school. I'm very excited about the things that I picked up. So let's dive in and see what I picked up. So one of the things that I was super excited about was the storage bins. I'm going to take these things out. They're, general tubs, but the exciting part was that this year they came with an actual lid that snaps on. I'm gonna have to see and test out just how, solid the snap is. It feels pretty good so far. So I got two of those in blue and one in purple. I will be going back for more because I'm just excited about the fact that they're probably gonna stack. And so that means I can stack them and maximize storage in my classroom, which is very cool. As those of you who teach know, maximizing storage space is super important for all the lovely stuff we accumulate. I also picked up this box of 14 double-sided puzzles rhyming cards, which is super cool for kindergarten. So I was excited about that. They didn't have that last year. I also picked this up. I'll probably so this will be a center second half of the school year, and this will be a center as well second half of the school year, as the children learn to or get better at segmenting. So excited about that as well. And then I went a little ham on, I'll just continue with the academic stuff. So I got these, and all of these become centers. Sometimes I use them in one-to-one reinforcement or small group reinforcement. I think I'm going to do that more this year if I feel like if I'm working with a group of students and we're working on, shapes. Okay, so while I'm working one-to-one with a child, I can give the other, let's say my group is 4 to 6 students. If I'm working with 4, then I can give this to the other 3 while I'm doing one-to-one with one child, and I can rotate around the group doing that. It just allows the children who are in my group to continue working on whatever the concept is while I dive in deeper with the students, with one of those particular students that I'm meeting with. So this is felt learning, and it reviews shapes with everyday items. So I like here's a matching stop sign. So these are things that the children are going to be familiar with. I was excited about that. This one reviews colors, which they should know by the end of kindergarten for sure. Yes, colors and numbers. And this is just fine motor. They're weaving the pie crust. I thought that was cool. Yeah, very adorable. And then I got two more of those. So in this one, they review counting to 8. Here they're reviewing, but they're matching the word to the color. And then here, this was such a hit at the last year. I had a different one, but I decided to switch it up this year. So each one of the jellyfish has a face. And that was so wonderful for kindergarten, because when we sat together during our either afternoon, end of day meetings or after lunch meetings, I was able to do a quick check-in with the students and get a sense of how they felt. And that was really, really productive. And then they wound up using this if we were doing conflict resolution, or if I was speaking to them one-to-one. I'd have this in my hand and I would ask them, how are you feeling? And they'd be able to show me and themselves. And then there is this. So this one I probably won't be using. This will probably be part of a giveaway. But I liked, again, the opportunity for them to match color to the word. And here they're matching the actual number to the quantity, and that's a kindergarten Common Core standard. I think that, oh no, okay, so academics. All right, so I also picked up this clock. Again, this is probably going to be a giveaway, but because I don't see myself using it in my classroom. However, if I was teaching second or first, I love the fact that it has the, try to put it in frame, sorry. First of all, it counts by fives, and then it has the dots representing the intervals in between. There's the actual clock numbers, but then also inside it labels 20 past, 25 past, half past. I mean, I would even use this in a third and fourth grade class. I've taught third too. It's just covering so many layers. It's so cool. And then you could have it in your whole group area or your meeting area, and as you discuss time, have the kids match the time on the clock while the real time on the clock to this make-believe one. Thought it was really cool. That was $3, by the way. These were $3 as well. And the bins, I believe, were $3. These were, $1, which I thought was a steal. And then the bins the lid was $1, as I showed you, and the lid was $1, and the bin itself was $3. And there's two other things that I thought were specifically academic. So I picked this up too. Super excited about using this. So this will be a center at the beginning of the year. It's a felt alphabet chart, and they will do beginning sound and letter matching. And I love that the letters, there's also the lower and upper and lowercase letters are on each pocket. So that will help them with upper and lowercase letter recognition as well. That was a nice find. So really nice finds this year. And then socially related, I loved the fact that they had these games. So this is a Healthfulness Bingo. And I figured I could play this with the children in small groups during choice time or... so basically that's the last 20 minutes of the day when the children get to choose the materials and activities they're going to work with. But for students who need that reinforcement with social skills and being helpful in the classroom, or just needs to develop that skill, I thought this would be a fun game for them to play to help build that concept. And then I think every classroom these days needs this. So I was excited to see this game. I don't think it's ever too early to start talking about bullying. Even with the younger kids, it can come up in subtle ways and they don't recognize that it's bullying. And then it's an actual board game, which I thought was cool because the other one was a bingo. So I will keep you posted about how those are working. And then the rest of the things were just either choice time, dramatic play activities, or I picked things that I plan on using as free choice kind of games towards the end of the year. So I got to June and realized that I didn't have a lot of games. I guess I focused so much of my purchases on academics that I missed out on, or I don't think about just, fun play at the end of the year, particularly when you're packing up your room. So there's this wooden balance game. It reminded me of, oh my gosh, what's the name of that block game? Well, you guys know what it's called, but I thought this would be fun for them, considering they're a little older at the end of the year. And this is going to be a management tool. I know that it's a Corkboard Organizer, but I picked this up expressly for the use of collecting no-name work. So my plan is sweep through at the end of the day, or at the end of each activity or lesson, or have a student do that. And I wouldn't give it to, they would give me the work, but I would use a push pin and put up any work that has lost its way. And then we have a visual way of reviewing, or me holding up whose work it is. I haven't quite decided when I'm going to do that, but this way all work finds its way into the respective folders. I really don't like disposing of student work at any time of the year. It's very hard for me. Even if there's no name on it, I find everything that they do incredibly valuable and feel it should be valued. So we'll see how this works. And then I went a little ham with dramatic play materials. I did pick up marbles to use in game designing or reading and math center game designing. I thought that would be fun for the children to use. I had little plastic jewels last year and they loved it, so I thought they'd love the marbles. So I have a very large, I'm blessed to say this, dramatic play area. And I'm always looking for ways to extend it. So this year I decided that we would add this cute little guy, a pet, to our dramatic play area. I picked him up for $1.99 at a thrift store nearby me. Thought he was cute. And he is going to need some things to help for the children to use to help him take care of him. So this is a My Pet grooming station that the Dollar Spot had, which I thought was adorable. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then there was also a My Pet pet clinic. So one of the things I noticed that they did in dramatic plays, they would often leave the space. There were times when they would pretend to be traveling in a car, or pretend they'd use the chairs and they would pretend that they were taking the doll babies to the store. And I don't mind that at all. So I figured they could pretend to take this guy, who they will name, to the pet clinic. And there's all sorts of tools for them to use to do that. Okay, so that's... Yeah, and then the rest of them, and then for the pet also, there's a pet academy, which I'm assuming is kind of like pet training, but I like the fact that there was a bowl and like toys that the pet could play with. And I know there's a bone here. I was also thinking about getting a inexpensive stuffed dog. So I just thought that those were adorable to add. I realized there's nothing in my dramatic area for the children to use to keep the home or the kitchen tidy. So I thought this would be adorable. It's got a little broom and a dustpan. I mean, they can pretend to wash the windows. Stinking adorable. And my kids loved the dramatic. I have another area where they can pretend to go to the doctor. So, and that stuff was so well used that some of it needs to be replaced. So I picked up this doctor set. This too was $3. And then last but not least, here is, I do have in my dramatic area hats. And there's like a fireman hat, there's a male person hat. I have accessories for the male person, but I didn't have anything for the firefighter. So I thought that these would be super fun for them to use. I'm so excited to see how they make use of these. Yeah, so that is pretty much my haul. And I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching. As always, like and subscribe and come back for more. And I hope you found this video, something in this video of teacher value that you can then adopt and use in your classroom. I'd love to hear below how you would use some of these items, and if you've picked up anything especially special to you in your classroom from the Target Dollar Spot as well. Okay, wishing everybody a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.